Hello students. Now today we will start with a new topic, that is antipsychotic drugs. In a mental health setting, we need not only drugs but we also need an antidepressant therapy. But the most important thing is the drugs, which will help the patient to suppress his or her behavior, and neurotransmitters which are responsible for certain behaviors can be controlled by the drugs. Okay, so let's see the introduction of the what antipsychotic drugs are. An antipsychotic or a neuroleptic as a tranquilizing psychiatric medications primarily used to manage psychosis, including delusions and hallucinations, as well as a thought disorders. So it was primarily used as this for your delusion purposes or a hallucination. Hallucination is a misinterpretation of an situation in the absence of an actual object. Means that in kind of condition there is no actual person or things are present in the hallucination condition. So this were all were used in that. Like particularly schizophrenia and bipolar disorders, these antipsychotic drugs were used. As the first generation of antipsychotic drugs, known as a typical antipsychotics, was discovered in 1950s, and most of the drugs in the second generations, known as typical antipsychotics, have been developed more recently. Although the first atypical antipsychotic drugs. So what's history related behind the antipsychotic drugs, which was were happened largely by chance. It means basically you have been seeing that most of the experiments and most of the discoveries are actually by a mistake. Okay, the same thing has been happened with these antipsychotic drugs. And the first chlorpromazine, it was developed by surgical anesthetic and was first used in psychiatric patient because of the powerful calming effect. So this chlorpromazine was used for its calming effect. It calms the patient's behavior. Okay, and it was regarded as a chemical lobotomy. Lobotomy at the time was used to treat many behavioral disorders, and including psychosis, although its effect was usually mild to reduce the behavioral mental functionings. Next, we will see the definition. What actual definition says: antipsychotics are the psychotropic drugs which are used in the treatment of psychotic disorders and psychotic symptoms. These are known as major tranquilizer, neuroleptics, and anti-schizophrenic drugs, D2 receptor, which is known as a dopamine receptors blockers. But the terms antipsychotic is the most appropriate terms. Means this will be used for as a tranquilizing effect, neuroleptic effect. Then anti-schizophrenic drugs, even D2 receptor is it blocks the dopamine receptors, but the basic term has been used for this drug is antipsychotic drugs. So what's its indication? Before we give a medication, we must know its indication. Okay, should we give this drug to the patient in certain conditions or not? So what are they? So its indication in organic psychiatric disorders are delirium, dementia, delirium tremens, and drug-induced psychosis. Whereas in a non-organic psychotic disorders are schizophrenia, acute psychosis, mania, major depressions, and delusional disorders. Okay, so other in a child psychiatric disorders, in ADHD, this is which is known as attention deficit disorder, then conduct disorders, and a neurotic and other psychiatric disorders such as treatment for obsessive compulsive disorders and anorexia nervosa. In medical disorders such as nausea, vomiting, tics disorder, severe pain, meningitis, and in borderline personalities such as suspicious nature, which is very serious harmful thing in individuals' family or personal life. An idea of reference, impulsiveness, aggressiveness, low dose of thiotoxins and haloperidol has been found effective in some of these patients, where it is contraindicated. So the patient with a drug hypersensitivity, which is the most important thing, then severe depression, person with a brain damage, person with a cardiovascular disease, person with a Parkinson's disease or a peptic ulcer. Then what its pharmacokinetics says? Pharmacokinetics simply it's a movement of. Okay, So well absorbed mainly from jejunum, then metabolized in a liver. Combination of an active and inactive metabolites also occur with other antipsychotic drugs. Excreted through a urine stored in a fat even after stopping the drugs, action continues because of slow elimination. So this drug is absorbed in your jejunum and it is metabolized in your liver. It is extracted from urine but slowly, means once you stop the patient drug, antipsychotic drug, still if you go for test of urine sample, you will find these drugs because it's a slow extraction is there. Okay, next thing, antipsychotics are highly lipophilic and highly protein bound. They easily enter the area of blood groups, so supply such as brain, lungs, kidney, fetus accumulates and they are not dialyzable. Okay, they easily, lipophilics means they easily pass through. Lipophobic means they fear the blood, means they don't cross the blood brain barrier, but in this condition it crosses the blood brain barrier. It is found in the brain, it is found in the lungs, it is found in the kidneys. Okay, next is its mechanism of actions. So most of the antipsychotics have tends to a therapeutic window, and if the blood level is below the window, drug is ineffective. Okay, if the blood level is higher than the upper limit, the window or there is a toxicity, the drug is again ineffective. Antipsychotic drugs blocks D2 receptors, the dopamine receptors, and which mainly represent the mesolimbic system and extrapyramidal system. So its classification, what its classifications are? It's classified in a typical and atypical. Typical is for first generation antipsychotic drugs, whereas atypical is for your second generation antipsychotic drugs. So this typical antipsychotics are classified according to their chemical structure, whereas this atypical are classified according to their pharmacological property, not according to their structure, but their pharmacological properties. Those include serotonin, dopamine, antagonistics, and multi-acting receptors, targeted and antipsychotics, and dopamine partial agonists. So typical first generation antipsychotic drugs are chlorpromazine, tioflozine, thyroidazine, means all these are here. You can see haloperidol, Maladol, loxapine. In typical antipsychotic drugs, clozapine, risperidone, ziprasidone, then olanzapine, nisol sulfide, aripiprazole. So these are the some of the atypical. So these some drugs are there. We will see. So these typical antipsychotic drugs are, first we will see about the chlorazepam hydrochloride. It comes in the drug classes of benzodiazepine, and it is a sedative and hypnotics. Its mechanism of action is that it's a inhibitory neurotransmitter. It inhibits the neurotransmitter GABA, that is your gamma butyric aminobutyric acid. Next, its therapeutic effects. So it produces the hypnotic effect, which cause it suppresses this your CNS. Its pharmacokinetics, which we have already learned, which it is absorbed in your digestive GI tract, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, metabolized in the liver, and its primary excreted urine half-life is about 2 to 3 hours of metabolism. And it's available in the form of capsule for 15 mg, 30 mg, and its indications are insomnia, per oral 15 to 30 mg, or at the bedtime. It is contraindicated in acute alcohol intoxications and accidental closure, glaucoma, pregnancy, or breastfeeding. Okay, so this was all about that drugs, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me. And if you like the content, you can share with your friends, colleagues, whoever you want to share, and put the like and comments and subscribe the channels. Thank you.